Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. Thank you very much for asking. It is Friday. It is February the 25th. It is National Chocolate Covered Nut Day.
Yum.
It's one of my favorite ways to eat nuts is
Me
covered in
too.
chocolate or any other way. It's also National Clam Chowder Day today and Skip the Straw Day. Who does that every day?
You.
Me. Moi. I do.
love straws.
I know you do. They always say, did you guys want a straw? And I'm like, no. And she's like, no,
Yes.
I do. I want a straw. So, yeah, I skip the straw pretty much every day. I'm not going to skip my interview, though. I'm excited for this interview. It is a hashtag comedy call with comedian Ms. Pat. She's very, very funny. She was on, what's it called? Last Comic Standing, I believe is the name of the program. But then, I think that's the name of the show. My brain is kind of mush right now. Then also a really good comedy special that's coming out right now. Going to chat with her about that and a bunch of other fun stuff. Ms. Pat, comedy call on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
At BetterCreditCards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at BetterCreditCards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Nice pups finish last. A new survey says friendly dogs rank lower when it comes to dominant dogs in the hierarchy.
Well, isn't that just common sense?
Probably.
Why do they need a study for that? I
don't
could
know.
have told you that
They
without
had
looking at
the
anything.
budget at a University of Hungary. They found over 1,000 canines. They did this survey, and it turns out that older dogs were more respected by their elders. So if the older they were, the more likely they were to be dominant. Interesting stuff. And what's your favorite food to have for leftovers? According to over 2,000 people in a survey, soup comes in number one. 79% said soup is really good the second time. Heidi just had soup.
I did. I just had that for leftovers last night.
It's good stuff. Pizza came in second. 63% said pizza. 62% said pizza with meat, so a little less. 60% say pasta. Rice, 55%. Over half the residents also said that Chinese takeout and roasted potatoes are good. And 47% even think tuna and egg salad is good to save for later. So,
Pasta is amazing leftover.
spaghetti. And I would say chili is sometimes better the next time.
Yep, agreed.
It's good stuff. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
Now, did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know? When it comes to robots, the future is female. Washington State University found that people respond better to robots that have a female characteristic, like voice, whatever, than male. In a survey, participants reported being more comfortable interacting with female robots in customer service settings like hotels. Study author Sobin Seo said it's increasingly relevant topic as more and more businesses consider replacing human workers with automated service and artificial intelligence. So there's some that say
that breaks my heart.
What? What breaks your heart?
The whole replacing people
I see
with
that.
robots.
That's
It
not
just
what we're
breaks
talking
my
about. We're
heart.
talking about that if there is a robot, it's a female robot, not a male robot.
There's a robot, period.
Well, that's why they have like Siri and they have Alexa. It's all female voices because of studies like this one. There you go. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. They recently announced the nominees for the 94th Annual Academy Awards. Heidi has been on the edge of her seat waiting for this.
I cannot wait.
The Power of the Dog earned 12 nominations, including real-life couple Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons. They play husband and wife in the drama. Dune, sci-fi epic with Timothée Chalamet, I don't know if I'm saying that right, earned 10 nods. Belfast and West Side Story both got 7. As a producer of West Side Story, Steven Spielberg has set a new record now, having produced 11 films nominated for Best Picture. The Oscars, by the way, will air live on ABC TV March 27th. So set your calendars or whatever you do. And the Kardashians are back in the news here. There's a premiere date for their Hulu original series, The Kardashians. I thought they were just wrapping up.
I have no idea. I don't follow that at all.
Okay, Keeping Up with the Kardashians wrapped up June of 2021. This debuts April 14th of 2022, and it will likely have new storylines like Kim's divorce from Kanye West, now legally known as just Ye, and Kourtney's engagement to Travis Barker and Kylie's pregnancy, and all the other shenanigans that are happening in the Kardashian world. Gonna find it all.
This may shock you,
Hulu.
but I have not been keeping up with the
You have
Kardashians.
not, nor have I. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. It's official Girl Scout cookie season is here. If you're a fan, and I mean, who's not really, you've got something to look forward to this year. The new Girl Scout cookies dropped, and they call them Adventurefuls. They're described as an indulgent brownie-inspired cookie with caramel-flavored cream and a hint of sea salt. Wow, that sounds good.
That sounds amazing.
According to one lucky so-and-so who got their hand on an advance box, the chocolate itself is reminiscent of any other chocolate-flavored Girl Scout cookie, but the addition of the caramel cream and that subtle but perfect hint of sea salt made these the best Girl Scout cookies I've ever tasted. And there you go. They're also working with DoorDash to have these cookies delivered to right to your door. Is that? I'm gonna just move on. I was gonna say, is that needed? But apparently it is.
Yes.
And scientists found that toddlers as young as 14 months make decisions of their own and do not simply copy their parents. 14 months. For years, scientists and mothers accepted that infants learn by emulating the actions of mama and papa. But a team of people in Hungary concluded that babies will not always repeat irrational behavior. They will instead carry out more obvious alternatives. In a simple experiment, a group of babies watched while demonstrators switched on a light with their forehead. But all babies used their hands to switch on the light, deciding that that was easier than using their forehead. So, that's interesting.
Very.
Yeah. So, that's what they're working on in Hungary. So there you go. I've got all the info in the show notes for today. I can't get over the cookies. I think I need to try one of these things. Does that sound really good
You're
to you?
on a diet.
I know I am. I have to go on a diet now during Girl Scout cookie season. I will not make the mistake of saying that I need to order cookies. Remember we did that on the radio once, and then I
A huge mistake.
had to order like 200 boxes
Yeah,
of cookies.
it
So I
was
want to make
awful.
sure everybody understands. I have my Girl Scout cookie hookup. I don't need any. So I just want to make sure I say that very,
And you're on
very
a diet.
publicly.
And you're on a diet.
And I'm on a diet. So, all right. Just make sure I'm covered here. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDvacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDvacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at GMDvacations.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Today, we have a comedy call with Ms. Pat. Now, Ms. Pat was on NBC's Last Comic Standing, did really well on there. And then since then, Comedy Central's This Is Not Happening, Netflix's Larry Charles' Dangerous World of Comedy, TV Guide Network's Stand Up in Stilettos, also on shows like Nickelodeon's Mom's Night Out, and featured on the second season of the Netflix stand-up series Degenerates. In addition to all of that, she's got the Ms. Pat Show on BET Plus and Paramount Plus, and a new comedy special that just came out on Netflix. It's called Ms. Pat, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy? And we are excited to have, for a comedy call today, Ms. Pat. How you doing?
Just fine. How you doing? And thank you for having me.
I am fantastic, and I'm excited to chat with you about your latest Netflix special, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy? That sounds like a fun title. So tell me a little more about this Netflix special.
Oh, it dropped this week. It dropped this week. It's called Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy? Just about me telling crazy stories about how I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia.
And it sounds like you had quite the upbringing, some really fun stories that you share here. And I've had a chance to see some of this, but I'm sure I'm going to learn even more. Tell us some of the things we're going to find out about in your new comedy special.
Oh, you're going to hear me talk about grandkids, walking dogs, my mama neck that won't stay up. Oh, my mama cooking in the fireplace. She never bought us chicken nuggets, but she bought us chicken butts. All kind of crazy stories.
Man, it sounds like you got some really fun stories. I'm going to have to check that out. Now, you've had a chance to perform in front of some amazing crowds, just even on like NBC's Last Comic Standing. Millions of people had a chance to see that. And then a bunch of other comedy shows and live shows where you've had a chance to be in front of huge crowds. But then you also have things like the TV programs on Nickelodeon and on Netflix, and then also the program on BET Plus and Paramount Plus. Do you prefer stand-up comedy over performing as an actress, or do you prefer being an actress over doing stand-up?
Well, I love stand-up comedy first because that's what I can control. TV is a network stuff, but I do like doing TV. But I'll have to say my heart is where the stand-up is. And let me just say this before we move on. Robert Townsend directed my Netflix special. So I love to give him his flowers, and thank you, Robert.
We've actually had Robert Townsend on the program here, and he seems like a super nice guy. And I know he's been there for a lot of comedians to kind of help them get their start. Just a great dude.
Yes, he is. I mean, it wasn't easy getting him, convincing him, but once we got him, he did a tremendous job with my first special.
And your latest special just came out on Netflix. Again, it's Ms. Pat. Y'all want to hear something crazy. So what's next for Ms. Pat? Are you working on another special, or you're out touring right now, or what kind of things are you doing right now?
Well, I'm actually right now, I'm sitting on the set of the second season of the Ms. Pat show that comes on BET Plus and Paramount Plus. So that's what I'm in the mix of for the next 4 to 5 months.
So let's talk about the Ms. Pat show. Again, that's on BET Plus. If people would like to see the first season, can they watch the entire first season right now, like binge watch the whole thing?
Yes, season 1 is out on BET Plus and Paramount Plus, and season 2 comes in June.
So again, that's called the Ms. Pat Show, and it's available on BET Plus and on Paramount Plus. And let's talk about the Ms. Pat Show. Is this based on your real life?
It's based off of my true life. It's like the Bernie Mac show, Roseanne show. They say it's a little, and people compare it a lot to All in the Family. Just imagine that Archie Bunker was a black woman.
That's hilarious. So Ms. Pat is kind of like the Archie Bunker of 2022?
They say I am.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Again, Ms. Pat, and that is on BET Plus and Paramount Plus. Now, we've also got the Netflix special, Ms. Pat, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy. How long is that special?
It's a 1-hour special called Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy.
Well, I'm a big fan of comedy, and I'm excited to check that out. Again, it's on Netflix. It just recently came out. It's called Ms. Pat, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy. And if you've got Netflix and want to check it out, again, I'll throw a link to more information on that in a trailer. Ms. Pat, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it a bunch.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Again, this has been a comedy call with Ms. Pat, and you might know her from Last Comic Standing on NBC. She's had a bunch of other really fun things. Comedy Central's This Is Not Happening, Netflix's Larry Charles' Dangerous World of Comedy, TV Guide Network Stand Up in Stilettos, Nickelodeon's Mom's Night Out, and then again, she just recently had a new comedy special drop on Netflix. It's Ms. Pat, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy. I'll throw a link to that trailer in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at bettercreditcards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Your hair grows faster in the morning than it does any other time of the day. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that,
When you
John?
become really close to someone, you can hear their voice in your head when you read their text messages. Huh. I have to
Okay.
check and see if I hear your voice when I read your text messages. Usually I can because you're yelling at me. And fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Until around 1900, jump rope was primarily considered a boys' game. So I don't know.
Jump rope was?
Yeah. up
Oh,
until
wow. That's not
1900.
how I picture it at all.
No. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Big Dipper is known as the casserole in France. That's what they call it.
Oh.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A housefly flies only 4.3 kilometers per hour, or 4.3 miles per hour, which is 6.9 kilometers per hour. So that's how fast a housefly flies, 4.3 miles per hour. Interesting stuff.
Very.
Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Germany. 2 trucks and a car were involved in a crash on a road in Germany. One of the trucks spilled its load of sauerkraut, which froze on contact with the road.
Is this a joke?
And
Is this a
blocked
start to a joke?
traffic. No. A woman driving the car was not seriously hurt, but luckily they were, nobody was hurt. That was the lucky part. But how weird would that be to come up on an accident and see sauerkraut frozen all over the road?
You would love that.
Well,
Can you
no.
imagine the smell?
Yeah, I love sauerkraut,
Ugh.
but I can't imagine that would be a good way to eat it off a frozen road. So, yuck. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Even vintage gaming platforms are not immune to Wordle's cultural dominance, it seems. A security researcher who goes by the handle Stack Smashing has converted the hit word game from something you play in any browser to something you can now play on a Game Boy. Stack Smashing says the 1989 era game machine limited memory prevented him from including the full Wordle list, but he used a filter to help the console determine if you're using one of the 8,000 most common English words. So he set it up so you could play Wordle on a Game Boy from 1989. So I have to admit, I've never yet played
I have never
Wordle.
played it.
Have you started seeing it at least? Because last time we talked,
I've not seen the actual game. I've seen
I'm saying,
friends post their
yeah,
scores.
That's what I've been
Yeah.
saying too. I've not played it, and I've got nothing against it. Because last time we talked about this, you said, "Oh, I've never even seen it," and I said, "I've never played it." Then I had somebody say, "What do you have against Wordle?" I'm like, "I got nothing against it. I just haven't played it." So
Right.
apparently, people really, really, really like it. It's weird news.
I have a job.
Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list. Brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New survey, about 2,000 adults found 70% are looking to have more fun with their finances over the next decade. Here are the top 10 things they want to do, which they'd be spending money on. Things like, number 1 on the list, travel more. I like that. What do you think?
I love that. We have been traveling more.
Yeah. Number 2, home goods and decor, 40%. Travel was 44%. Next, consumer electronics. You're going to buy new gadgets, 38%. 37% said go to the restaurant more. 37% also said more groceries, so like buying better groceries. 37% also said clothing they're going to spend money on. And 37% said going to live entertainment. 29% said shoes. And number 9 on the list, museum exhibits. So
Nobody said handbags.
I don't see that anywhere. Not on the list. But that did say the top 10 things, and then down here, there's only 9 things, so I don't know what that means. Thanks for listening.
They left out handbags.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. It's the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDVacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from gmdvacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at gmdvacations.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Today's quote is from Larry David, and this is from the TV program Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, I love that show.
We watched it on
Such an
FX,
amazing show.
and then we got the DVDs, and it's the unfiltered
Completely
version.
different.
Woo, it's a whole different show. Here's what he said. When I'm in a social situation, I always hold on to my glass. It makes me feel comfortable and secure, and I don't have to shake anybody's hand.
Nice. Love that show.
That's good reasoning,
It was
I guess.
phenomenal.
Oh,
If you've never seen it, you must.
Well,
It's
and again,
so great.
Like I said, the censored version was pretty good. We started watching the DVD. I'm like, whoa,
I thought they were both awesome.
this is a whole different program. All right, that is your quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. I just mentioned this young lady to my beautiful bride, Heidi, and she's in the news for something else, too. Dolly Parton is in the news. The reason I mentioned her, there was an email sent to me about a project that she's working on, and it was from a publicist, and I responded and said, hey, we'd love to chat with Dolly about that on the radio. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but it would be really cool because I think she's a neat lady. What did I say? I said she seems
you
really
would
cool.
love to talk to her. She seems like a neat lady.
And listen to this story. Dolly Parton's Dollywood to cover full tuition for all of their employees. How cool is that?
Wow.
They're encouraging their employees to pursue their education. So Dollywood Parks and Resort
Holy cow.
announced that they will cover 100% of tuition, fees, and books for any employee.
Gosh, that is insane.
February 24th is when they're going to begin doing this, or I guess that apparently just began because it's after that. Seasonal, part-time, full-time employees of Dollywood Parks and Resorts are eligible for their tuition program.
Part-time and full-time. That is nuts.
The investment in employees' education will be made through the Grow You program. Anyway, it says, our goal at Dollywood Parks and Resorts is to provide the best possible experience for both our guests and our hosts. President of Dollywood Company said, we know when our hosts are happy and feel cared for, they're going to pass that along to our guests.
Oh,
the
my
creation
gosh.
of the program allows another valuable avenue for us to care for our hosts. I think that's really, really
That
neat.
is the most amazing thing.
One of their Dollywood Foundation key tenets is to learn more. The program is created with that very tenet in mind. It says we want our hosts to develop themselves through advanced learning to fulfill the foundation's other tenets, to care more, to dream more, and to be more.
That is amazing.
When our hosts strive to grow themselves, it makes our business and our community a truly better place. We care about our host development, and we want their future to grow because of love, not loans.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow.
I've got a link to that story. It's really cool. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.